I like to say that a man is the closest thing to God. No matter what's going on, we have to rise consistently every day, and we have to provide consistently every day. We have to serve consistently every day.
He has to have a code. He has to have certain things he's going to say and do, and he means it. You know, when I was coming up, if a man said something, that was his word was bond.
For some guys, they're invisible to women. In order for them to stop complaining, they just really have to step up their game, meaning they have to step up their strategy. They have to become a more attractive guy. So the reason why so many guys are sexless is because they don't have any game.
Weak men need to be purged. And what I mean by that is that there was a time where only the strongest men had valuable things.
Anybody that's been out here in the last 10 years, it's easier to get sex than it is to make $100. Basically put yourself in a position and they throwing it to you. So I think, again, weak men have risen up and they have a voice and they spew their shit onto other weak men and they fall for it. And it's this whole victimhood thing.
I say, okay, put your arm out. They put their arm out. I say, grab your arm. You can grab your arm.
When I think of a man in my head, he takes responsibility with a purpose. And this responsibility gives him struggle, and through that struggle, he gets strength, and through that strength, he creates structure.
Smack your arm. You can smack your arm. Pinch your arm. Okay, you're real. Go fucking knock on Fear's door and grab his arm.
Whatever he wants out of life, whatever he desires out of life, whatever steps he wants to take to secure what he requires, I think he should be true to that first and foremost.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
See, the emotional male will always use emotions to make excuses for the fact he ain't shit.
You gotta be ready to go the distance behind what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to die about some shit.
Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity, specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's poppin', what's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. What's poppin' with ya? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate everybody tuning in. You feel me? We about to get into this game. Today's show, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to last longer in bed. You feel what I'm saying? We about to go in. We about to go in. We're about to go in and get this shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? We're about to go in and get this cracking. So, guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Let me put this scrolling on the bottom of the screen real quick. And actually, this is topic is from a subscriber who wanted their question answered. So remember, guys, if you want me to answer your questions within 24 hours, go to MrLocario.com. On the front page, it says, send me your questions. You send the donation, and then I will basically do your shit in 24 hours. But the donation is a heavy donation. I'm just letting you know, if you want it in 24 hours, gonna be a heavy donation. So this one is a subscriber donated live stream. Usually I'll do a live stream or I'll do just a regular video, but I'm gonna do your question, you understand, within 24 hours. So if you guys want to make that happen, make that shit happen. You feel me? There you go. There you go. That's how we do. That's how we do. You feel me? So today we're talking about 5 ways to last longer in bed. You feel what I'm saying? 5 ways to last longer in bed. You feel what I'm saying? Got to make that happen. Let me go on the side. All right. Stop that shit. Okay, here you go. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about that stuff, man. We're going to get into that in a second. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, you want to call in, the call-in number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. The lines are open. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that and get that shit cracking. Also, if you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to your question, and then we will make that happen. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys get that going. All right, hold on. Is my shit acting strange right now? Can you guys still see me? Is my shit acting strange? Because I'm seeing the shit going real choppy right now. You feel what I mean? But I want to make sure it's not choppy so I can actually get this going. You feel what I mean? So let me make sure it's going good. Let me know in the chat if everything is all right, because this shit looking choppy as hell. You saying I'm frozen? Oh my God. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to refresh the joint and see if I can get this shit cracking. Let me refresh the joint to see. You feel what I'm saying? All right, cool. So I tried to refresh it. So let me know if you guys can see me, hear me, all that other good shit. I'm back. I don't know. My internet's acting fucking crazy today. So we're just going to have to let it do what it do. So everything good? You guys can see me again. Everything's cool. We good? All right, let's go. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. All right, cool. So let's make this go down. We try to keep it simple so we can get this message out there and get it going. You feel what I mean? So today, title 5 ways to last longer in bed. You feel what I'm saying? 5 ways to last longer in bed. We're going to get that shit cracking. So let's just jump right into this. So, you know, a lot of guys need to sort of know this information, because what happens is that, you know, if you're in situations where you want to have a good sexual situation, you need to be able to, you know what I'm saying, last as long as you want to make it happen so that you can get shit going, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 5 different ways that you can make this happen. You know, write this down, try this in your everyday life so we can get this cracking, all right? And this is in no order of importance, but I'm going to go 1 through 5 and we're going to get this going, all right? So first thing we have on the list when we talk about 5 ways to last longer in bed, right, is you can do something called edging, okay? Edging, right? So what is edging? So edging is when you are basically, you know, stimulating yourself to the point where you're near, you know, ejaculation, but then you stop, you know what I'm saying, before you bust, right? Now, you can do this by masturbating, right? Or you can also do this when you're having sex with a girl. It might be a little bit easier if you're masturbating, if you don't really have that much experience. But what it is that, you know, you need to be able to get it to that point and then stop before it goes, you know, it explodes. You feel what I'm saying? Now, when you do this, right, what happens is that you're training your body to be able to just to stop at a certain point before you bust. You feel what I'm saying? So let's say you're doing this while you're masturbating, watching porn and shit, right? And then what happens is that because you've been practicing this, when you actually go and have sex with the girl, right, then things could run a little smoother when it comes to you doing what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So what I would suggest, if you are the type of guy who, let's say you don't have a girl that you're fucking with right now, some sex shit, try it through masturbation. But if you have like a fuck buddy or something like that, you want to try this with the fuck buddy too. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about a little bit more of that a little later. But that's something that you can do to help yourself when it comes to lasting longer in bed. You feel what I'm saying? So that's number 1. Now, number two, let's get into the second way that you can last longer in bed. And now the second way is to masturbate before you're actually going to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Masturbate before you're going to have sex. So let's say you know you have a plan to have sex. Let's say a girl's coming over. So you beat your shit, you bust before she comes over. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say you are going to your girl's house, she's coming over your house, you know you're gonna have sex and shit. Beat off before she comes through. Because what happens is that when you bust that first nut, right, and then she comes over or you go over to her place or whatever it is, and then you end up having sex, right? Then you would have already got that first nut out the way. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times that can help you if you bust that first nut, you know what I'm saying, already. Now, what I would suggest is that you do it, let's say, within probably like an hour, 45 minutes before you're going to actually, have sex. So when I say masturbate before, that doesn't mean masturbate 8 hours before you're going to see the girl. It should be, like a 45-minute hour, before you see the chick. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you masturbate and you make that happen before she comes through, right, you'll have an easier time to be able to not come quick again. Now, there are times where the shit can still happen, but what I'm saying is that can help you in the situation. You see what I mean? Once you get that that first nut out the way, then you can just, do what you got to do once the chick comes there. But remember, like I said, you got to make sure that it is within like that hour. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to be waiting like 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours and thinking because you nutted 12 hours earlier, that's going to help. No, by that time, it's like, it doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying at that point? You feel what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're doing that, within the hour or 45 minutes to the joint, right? So that's number 2. Now, let's move on to number 3. So the third thing that you can do, right, when it comes to lasting longer in bed is that you can give yourself a mental distraction. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a mental distraction. So, what is a mental distraction? So that is when you are taking your mind like somewhere else, meaning that you're paying attention to fucking, but you're also giving your attention to something else. You understand? So you need to be able to pay attention to the fucking, but at the same time, mentally, you got to give your attention to somewhere else. And you can do certain things in your mind to distract yourself from just totally focusing on the fucking. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, I'll give us some examples of what I do. So let's say, when I'm fucking a chick, I would give myself the mental distraction of, in my brain, I would, recite some rap lyrics or some shit in my brain. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I would do as a mental distraction. Another thing I do as a mental distraction, this is just what I do. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm just giving an example. What I do as a mental distraction is I would count my teeth with my tongue while I'm doing it. So I would use my tongue and I would count each tooth back and forth, the top row and the bottom row, as I'm fucking. So what happens is that it's distracting me from just totally focusing on the sex and the sensation, right? So I'm sort of splitting my attention in half. You see what I mean? And so when you split your attention in half, what happens is that distraction takes away from you just totally focusing on the sex, which will probably make you come quick. You know what I'm saying? So you can use that type of thing to help you when it comes to making shit happen. You said GM said he starts thinking about taxes. And again, it got to be, that's good for GM. I couldn't do that. It got to be something that will help you, but won't totally take you. Because if I was thinking about taxes, my shit will go soft. You feel what I'm saying? In a minute. So if I start thinking about taxes, that's a wrap. You feel what I mean? But if it works for GM, then that's good. So you got to make sure that it's something that, can work for you, but won't totally distract you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that it's distracting enough to where, you can, y'all motherfuckers are stupid. He said, start thinking about LeBron James dunking on Kobe Bryant. Y'all motherfuckers are stupid. Oh, man. Crazy. Oh, man. JJ said, just say the ABCs. Exactly. April said, don't be thinking about men. That's a fact. Dude, just like I'm thinking about. Oh, man. Y'all are funny as fuck. I swear to God. Crazy. But yeah, you can have a mental distraction. So the mental distraction can help you from busting too quick. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple. So you got to have that mental distraction. So whatever that is for you, whatever works for you, just use that thing. You can have more than one mental distraction. So today you're like, I'm gonna do this. Today, the next day, I'm gonna think of this or whatever. And then you can use that to distract yourself from, coming too quick. And I'm telling you, that shit works like a charm. I'm telling you. So make sure you have that in your arsenal when it comes to you doing what you do. You feel what I mean? So that's number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4. So the 4th way to last longer in bed, right, is very, very important. Very, very important. The 4th way to last longer in bed is you have to have more sex. You have to have more sex. You have to have more sex. You understand? So what happens is that when you have more sex, right, you're able to, right, be in a situation where, and this is like hard to explain because you have to experience this, right? So when you have more sex, your body will get acclimated to being able to not come so quickly, right? And so what will happen is that your body will know to last because you've had enough practice lasting. So then what happens is that there's a feeling that you have when you know, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for a good amount of time. And it's something that you can't really explain to something you feel, but you only feel that through having more sex. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that you can feel it sort of like, in your dick, in your energy, that, okay, I know I'm pretty good for right now. And then you have those feelings when shit, I'm about to, this shit is probably going to come in a second, whatever. So what happens is that the more sex you have, right, the better that you are equipped to be able to last longer. It's almost like, okay, think about it like this. Let's say you go to the gym, right? And you're like, well, I want to be able to lift more, right? I want to be able to lift heavier weights. Now, the reason why you can lift heavier weights is what you would need to do is you would need to go to the gym more and build your strength. So then that strength allows you to lift the heavier weights. But you got to the point of lifting the heavier weights because you've been going to the gym for so long and you've been lifting and you've been practicing and you've been doing what you've been doing on a consistent basis. So it's the same type of thing where your body becomes, it gets to the point where it can handle a certain thing. You understand what I'm saying? And then when it can handle that certain thing, then you're more equipped to do that thing that you're trying to make happen. So it's the same thing when it comes to sex. The more sex you have, the more you get used to lasting longer. But you're getting used to lasting longer because what happens is that whenever you're having sex, your body is able to sustain more and more as you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that you're able to understand your shit more and you'll know how to control, whether you're busting or not. See, this is why a lot of guys, unfortunately, right, end up basically getting chicks pregnant by mistake. You understand? By mistake. And having unwanted pregnancies, all these things, because they don't really know how to control the situation when it comes to them busting a nut. And on top of that, they're going raw and all that other dumb shit. But what I'm saying is that when you know how to control this, when you know how it goes, right, then you'll be able to control it a little better than you used to, right? So you got to have more sex. You see what I mean? So unfortunately, you have a lot of guys out there who don't know how to get more sex. And when you don't know how to get more sex, then it's hard to do this because you're not getting a lot of sex. And because you're not getting a lot of sex, then it's going to be a harder situation for you to, not come quick in a lot of cases because you haven't had sex, you are going to be in a situation where you're having sex now. And because it's been so long, you might end up coming quick. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. You guys have to actually go out there and have more sex. More. You understand what I'm saying? Not less, more. You see what I mean? Because what happens is that you have to get yourself used to these things. You feel me? What up, Leak? What's going on, fam? So now that's number 4. So now let's move on to number 5. So again, number 1 was do edging. Number 2 is masturbate before sex. Number 3 is give yourself a mental distraction. Number 4 is have more sex. Now, number 5, this is the thing that you can do, number 5, to help you last longer in bed, right? So number 5 is, and I think Alberto almost beat me to it, but basically number 5 is you got to go back and forth between intercourse and sort of like playing with the pussy. So what that means is that when you're having sex, right? When you're having intercourse, when you're fucking a girl with your dick, right? At some point, stop doing that and then either finger her or go down on her and then go back in. You see what I'm saying? So you give your dick a break. You understand what I'm saying? And then you go back, then you do all the other shit and you go back in. You give your dick a break, do all the other shit, go back in. You understand what I'm saying? And so you can do that and that'll make the entire situation last longer. You see what I mean? So when you're in these situations, right? Let's say you're on top of the girl, you're doing a missionary position, and then you stop for a second, right? And then you know, finger her or whatever for like 2 minutes or some shit. And you go back in, you know, and then let's say you turn around, you hit it from the back or whatever, right? And then let's say you go down on her or whatever after that shit. Then you go back in and then she's on top of you, whatever it is, right? So you're prolonging it by switching it up. You understand what I'm saying? And so that could actually make you last longer. You feel what I mean? So you have all these different ways, guys, to make you last longer in bed if that's what you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? But again, the best course of action is you got to actually put yourself in these situations so that you get used to having some pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, unfortunately, they're not used to having pussy. So what happens is that they're in these situations where they finally get some and, you know, this should be over in 2 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, if you have any questions, put a Q in the chat and I will get to your questions. If you guys want to call in. The call-in number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901 is the number. And also remember, guys, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Do it! Make sure you go there. Just do it! That's where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership. Also, make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Just do it! That is where you will understand your masculine identity, understand who you are, what you're about, so you can navigate out here in this game correctly. So make sure you guys go do that. Get that shit going. You feel what I'm saying? Go to masculineidentitymembership.com and badboymembership.com. You need to get on those sites to step up your game, people. I'm telling you right now, you guys need to make that happen ASAP. You feel what I'm saying? ASAP. So yeah, let me see what some of these questions are saying on the joint. Let me see what some of these questions says. Oh, would you recommend doing hip thrust to up your bed game? I mean, well, this is the thing. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say that, you know, just specifically, but what you want to do is you want to have some stamina. You feel what I'm saying? Which is also good, right? And what happens is that, and this is another thing too, you know, you guys got to understand is when it comes to upping your sex game, right? Part of upping your sex game too is finding chicks you're sexually compatible with. But let me take this call real quick and then we'll get more into that. Let's go to 502. 502 is popping. Who this?
What's going on, Locario? It's Phoenix.
Phoenix, what's going on?
To the PayPal.
Appreciate it. That's what's up.
What's going on with you?
I'm chilling. So what's good?
Not much. Just a couple questions really on the subject. Just well, first off, what you was talking about on the lasting longer. One thing that helped me too was the same muscle that you use to kind of hold your nut back. It's the same muscle you use like when you need to go to the bathroom, when you need to pee.
You need to pee and all that, right.
And yeah. So you can actually practice that when you go to pee by holding it, or even if you in midstream by stopping yourself.
Right.
And then starting again.
Right. No, that's a fact. But also too, you know, there's a thing where, so when you're busting a nut though, too, people got to understand that like there's the thing where it's like at the point of no return. You feel what I'm saying? So what happens is that guys have to be able to feel that coming before it comes. So let's say like you go from 1 to 10, right? 10 is like you actually come in, and 8 is like at the point of no return. You gotta be at a 6 at least, or a 5. You're like, okay, I can feel it about to get to that point. That's when you gotta fall back and stop, because if it gets to 8 or a 9, it's too late. That shit's coming out.
Yeah. Yes, definitely, it's over for you.
Right.
Usually, sometimes at that point, I would like switch positions and let her get on top of me, because then it'll keep me going a little longer if she's on top. You know what I'm saying? But but my question though, okay, say when you do have those instances when you do bust a nut real quick, like you said, in the 2 minute, maybe it's been a minute, you ain't fucked, and it's been a minute. Do you acknowledge it? Normally, should you acknowledge it to the woman, be like, hey, yo, my bad, I'm going to get you on the next round or whatever? Or do you just bust your nut, keep it pushing like, whatever? You know what I'm saying? Don't even acknowledge that you just, this
is what I was saying. Because I remember, I used to do that shit where, like, I would feel bad, like, oh, damn, that shit. Like, right. But what I was saying is, don't do that type of shit. You feel me? So what it is don't apologize for busting a nut. Don't apologize if you can't get your dick up. Don't do none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So what it is like, so let's say, like, you could be in a situation where, let's say if you bust too quick or whatever, like, you can still, try to do some other shit with her, or get your dick back up and do it again, or whatever it is. But you don't need to necessarily be like, oh man, my bad, I'm sorry, and have this whole explanation, and all. You don't got to do all that other extra shit. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that whatever happens, it just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Because that's basically what, what I was talking about a little bit just before you call. I was saying that, like, there are some times where, let's say, you might bust too quick, or there might be times where you might not even get the shit up, or, there's times where, for example, like, the woman comes quickly, but, in that situation, it's seen as not a big deal because she don't got to worry about getting her shit up. She's got to worry about being wet. You feel what I'm saying? But for us, it's like, there's no intercourse happening unless, the dick is hard and we can get it in. You feel what I'm saying? So then the thing is that if you bust quick, you feel like, damn, now we can't do the intercourse, right? But you can do other shit around that. And then if you do get your shit back up and you want to, do it again or continue, then that's one thing. But don't apologize or don't, like, feel bad for it. You feel what I'm saying? So if that happens, you just sort of, you keep kissing her, you keep touching and doing what you do, but don't be like, oh man, I'm so sorry, my bad, and this, and you ain't got to do all that other extra shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
Right.
And then I'm gonna donate some more, but then this is another question. Maybe I don't know if it'd be still on this one. So say when you do bust your nut, say you've been, you do your 20 minutes or whatever, bust a nut. What are some ways to improve that cool down time to get back to getting hard again? So say, because normally, man, after I bust my nut, man, I'm done for the night. That's it.
Right.
You go get the 20 minutes. You better come now. Come when I come back. Like, okay.
But again, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It all depends, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on the type of person you are, and also the desire you have to do it too. So, because you got to understand, some people see things are different depending on the person and also the two people in the situation. So you have some people where, they'll have sex and that shit is over in 5 minutes and they're both good. You feel what I'm saying? Or you have some people that have sex and, the person busting out or she come in like 5 minutes, they stop, they do it again for another 10 minutes, they stop, they do it. So they did it like 3-4 rounds. You have those type of people. So it just depends on, who you are and how you like to do shit. That's why sexual compatibility is important. See, and this is why I tell people, you want to get to the sex quickly when you meet women, because you want to see, hey, are we actually sexually compatible? Because let's say you one of them niggas that like to fuck like 3-4 rounds, but she's like a 1 round motherfucker. You understand? Or just like, let's say you like, just like you said, listen, I'll bust a nut and I'm good for the night. But then you with a girl who wants to go 3-4 rounds. You see what I'm saying? That means that y'all are not compatible. You see what I mean? So, So that doesn't mean y'all can't smash or whatever. But what I'm saying is that one person is probably going to leave or feel not as satisfied. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all are on 2 different pages. So when it comes to that, it's not that you have to get it back up and do it, right? If you don't want to do it and you feel like you don't want to do it, then you just don't want to do it. Now, if you do want to do it and get it back up, then you just basically just, start kissing, touching, do whatever you want to do until it gets back to that point. Sometimes it might take a little longer than others. Sometimes it'd be right back up in like 2 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on you. It depends on the woman you're fucking with, and if that's like a compatible situation. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I got you.
Right. Because I like me personally, I'm not really like the go a bunch of rounds type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like
right. Yeah, me either. Like I'm good after that 20 minutes. I'm
right,
straight.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like give me a good 15, 20 minutes. We do what we do, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to go like 20 rounds for 4 hours in a night and all that other shit. Now some people do, and that's fine. But that's why you have to, see based on sexual compatibility, and the only way to do that and see is if you guys are having sex. You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
Right.
Now, let me ask you another one while we're on that subject. Now, I do notice that, okay, say my 20 minutes, say it's Saturday. Say I do it Saturday noon for my 20 minutes, and then it's that one woman. But then if it's a new one, then I'm ready again. I can do it like, say, Saturday, I don't know, 6 o'clock.
Right.
So what is that? Like when it's like multiple women, you can go multiple times, but not really multiple times with the same woman.
Yeah, well, that's because it's a new woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
the newness of it,
right? So newness,
excitement,
right? Because newness, new vagina. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is what you call it? That's part of the arousal. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's part of the entire thing, because so what it is that the newness of the new vagina is the thing that makes you excited. You understand what I'm saying? To actually, for you to get it up and make it happen again. You feel what I'm saying? So the problem though is that, so like if you're with the same woman and y'all have sex, then you can still have sex with her again later. But what I'm saying is that it's probably going to be a little bit harder in that situation because the newness isn't there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
because this is what people don't understand about relationships, and this goes beyond sex. See, what happens is that newness, or the mystery of what could be or what hasn't been experienced yet, right? It's part of the excitement of the entire situation or thing. You see what I'm saying? Like that's like right. That's like the that's part of the reason why people will cheat and do all this other extra shit or all that other stuff. Is not just, I just want to fuck somebody else. It's the newness part of it, which you can't get from somebody you've been with for a long time. So when you're with somebody for a long time, there's certain things that are beneficial because y'all, you're sexually compatible. Y'all like having sex with each other. It feels good and all those other good things. The only thing though is that you can't get newness from it. It's almost like watching a movie 6 times. Like that might be your favorite movie, but the jokes, you already heard the joke 6 times. You see what I'm saying? So that surprise that you had the first time you heard the joke will never be there in that situation, but it will be there in another situation because the other situation's new. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So it kind of brings it back what you said really a long time ago when you said that we aren't naturally monogamous.
Right.
And so it's kind of like it's going down to like a biological that people normally just get around, and it was a natural thing. So monogamy is necessarily not natural.
Right, because this is the thing you got to understand about relationships, right? So this is the key thing that confuses or people don't get about relationships. See, all relationships that you have, right, is about expansion and growth for yourself. You understand? So what happens is that when you're in the relationship with this person, right? And you've been with this person, there's a lot of like beneficial things you're getting by being with this person long term, right? So what happens is that you grow through that situation, experiencing a long-term situation with this person. The problem though is that within that situation, what are you not getting? You're not getting the experience of newness in that particular situation. So what happens is that the only way you can get newness is to be in another situation with someone else, which will also make you grow on that end. Do you see what I'm saying? But see, the problem is that when relationships are about ego, people want to hold you captive, and then they're actually sort of diminishing your growth by trying to say, well, don't go anywhere, just stay here. So they're fucking stunning your growth and their growth by not, being in a situation where it's like, hey, let's explore this newness, because you can't have it there. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like if I read the same book 20 times, right? I'm going to get the information in the book. I'm probably going to get things that I didn't know before because I'm reading the book over and over again. But guess what? I'm going to miss out on all the information in this other book. You see
the plot twist, the surprise ending.
Right. So if I'm reading this same book all the time, there's another book over here with a lot of information that I'm not getting. So I'm growing by reading this book 20 times, but I can grow even further if I read this other book that has other information, correct? You see what I'm saying? So it's the same concept when dealing with people. It's like my growth is stunted because I am allowing myself, right, to limit my experience. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with a lot of people is they're limiting their experiences, right? Because of ego, because of insecurity, because of societal norms of fucking like what society told you relationships were supposed to be when they lied to you and didn't let you know that the most important relationship you have is with yourself. You see what I'm saying? So now we're in this situation where we're holding everyone captive based on our own insecurity versus helping other people to explore their own growth through interactions with us. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. So when those people say you're already in a monogamous situation and they're say they're trapped, we'll just use that word.
Right.
So if they're already doing that, can they kind of merge the two of a newness situation in their old situation, say maybe by not going as far? Say newness would be maybe they see a woman, they can flirt, they can go back and forth, but they don't actually make the jump to actually fuck. They just kind of flirt back and forth, keep it there.
Oh, you're saying that
you need to fuck to experience the newness.
No. You don't need to have sex, but you need to be able to be free to have it if you want. Does that make sense? So meaning that the person doesn't have to have sex with the person, but the person has to be free to do that without it being an issue. Because if it's an issue where I can't, then I'm still trapping myself in the situation and not growing because there's a limit to the situation. So the thing is that when there's that limit, I'm still not free to fully express myself. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is that because we put so much emphasis on sex, and if you have sex with another person, that means you don't love me. And if you have sex with another person, I'm going to feel this way. That's the problem with relationships now, is because what happens is that there's too many people who are indoctrinated into, getting triggered. You understand what I'm saying? When sex comes into the situation, when it comes to the person that you're sharing time with, exploring and actually experiencing. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do this or that. You don't have to do anything, but you should be free to do the things that you would want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Based on your desire and based on your curiosity. The problem is that if there's this wall there or there's this limit there, then what you're doing again, you're stunting the growth. You see what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like you don't have to do it, but being able to do it is the freedom.
Exactly.
So sort of say like you're a person that say you got a gun or something. If you don't have a gun, you don't feel like you're protected and safe. But if you got a gun on you, you feel protected and safe. You don't necessarily need to pull the gun out, need to show anybody or nothing. But the fact that you got it on you, you still have that feeling of protection and being safe.
Right.
And it's the same thing.
Right, exactly. So the thing is, the problem is that as soon as people get into a relationship, there's already, like these limits. Do you see what I'm saying? That's already put upon the situation, either, directly or indirectly. And this is why a lot of times people have issues with relationships, because everyone, like most people want to be in a relationship. because it, it sounds good. I want to be with somebody. This will be great to share some time and some life with this person. And that's all good. The problem though is the flip side is that once people get into relationships, most people feel trapped. And the reason why they feel trapped in a lot of cases is because part of their freedom is stripping away. Because once you're in this relationship, is now, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. And if you do this and you do that and you do that, then you see what I'm saying? Like, so then the person feels like a part of my freedom is being stifled. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's because they're not actually in a situation where they feel free. Do you see what I mean? It's just like, for example, when a person is working a job, they want the job because they want money or they need money to survive and all this other stuff, but they may not necessarily be happy there. They may feel stifled. They're like, I don't really want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to do this and do that, right? But if a person is working a job they love or they're running a business they love, right? They feel this sense of freedom to be like, oh shit, like, like the day is mine. Like I can like do this, or I enjoy every minute of this situation because it's something that they're actually really in the situation where they don't feel pinned down in some form or fashion. So even the fact of, because think about it like this, right? Mm-hmm. Most people in relationships cannot even be honest with the person they're with about what they think. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's going to cause an issue. Because let's say you have a guy in a monogamous relationship with his girl. He's walking home and his girl says, "Oh, honey, how was your day?" He gets home. He says, "Yo, I saw the baddest chick I ever seen in my life." he can't tell his girl that shit.
Yeah, you can't say it right.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be an issue. You see how ridiculous that is? Like you can't even tell your girl how you feel about things or what you were thinking. You understand? And your girl can't do the same thing either. You understand what I'm saying? You watching a movie and shit, and Chris Hemsworth is on the screen. She thinking, "Goddamn, Chris Hemsworth is fine as hell," and she wanted to talk to you about how fine she thinks Chris Hemsworth is. You gonna get jealous? You know what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Stupidness.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, because that would happen to me in my past relationships. I would do that. Like they would call me TMI, say I'm telling too much, but right. I would just be telling the details to say, if you ask me, have I ever been to the Bahamas? I'll be like, yeah, I went to the Bahamas with my ex. We went on a cruise. Well, women would get mad,
right?
But then it would turn around to then later on in the like maybe a little longer in the relationship, I always had to edit myself, and I never could be me and actually tell the story. Right. I'd always have to be like, "Oh yeah, I did that," and like keep it short, right? Omit details, and then you're just sitting around like, "Damn, what's the point of even talking?"
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it's designed that way because what happens is that in society we've been conditioned to relate to each other that way, and then that's where all of this like resentment, frustration, your relationship starts to feel like a job. You know what I'm saying? Versus you just actually enjoying yourself with someone else. You see what I mean? So, and this is what I'm saying. The best types of relationships is when you feel free with the other person. You understand? And most people don't feel free with the person they're with. You understand? Most people feel stifled with the person they're with, but they're trading that in for companionship. So they're like, well, yeah, I know, I shouldn't do this or I can't do that. And I feel like this, but I love her and I love him and I want them there. So it's like they're trading in, their freedom just to have somebody. Right. You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's like you sign up to go in prison, and the prison's like, well, you can go anywhere you want in here, but when you look around, you're still in prison.
Exactly.
You still want to go home.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And then this is the part that's fucked up is that it's either you are by yourself alone or you're in prison. That's basically what relationships are in most cases. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why shit don't be working out. Motherfuckers be angry at each other. You got all these toxic relationships and shit. It's because it's people who can't be honest and free with other people because these other people, just like these other people, have been taught, right, that they can't do that because everybody's walking around in their ego and so damn insecure that you got to tiptoe around everything and you can't be yourself around these motherfuckers. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're like, damn, well, I can't actually even, express myself. I can't be real. I have to censor myself. I have to pretend I like talking about this or being in this situation or meeting their parents and doing. It's like you don't want to do this shit, but you're doing it because you would rather do all that than not have somebody. And that's unfortunate that's the case a lot of times in these relationships. You see what I'm saying? It's terrible.
Yeah, I feel that. I was like that for years, but then after a while, I just got to the point, man. It was more free to quote unquote be alone than to think you got somebody. You really ain't got nobody if you can't be yourself. You only got the person according to who they think you are.
Exactly.
If you can't be yourself.
Exactly. That's a fact. That's real shit. And that's why it's important to be yourself and attract by being yourself. That's why we say masculine identity, not to waver and not to change who you are for women. This is why we say the game is about you, because it's about you being strong enough to be yourself, right? And be able to attract women exactly how you are. It's like, take it or leave it. This is me. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas you have a lot of guys out there who are ready and willing to switch up who the fuck they are, be somebody else, pretend to be this. And then when shit don't work out, then when the girl don't want to give him pussy, then when the girl acts like a bitch to him, oh, these hoes is fucked up and blah, blah, blah. But nigga, you was pretending the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You wasn't being yourself the whole time. So let's cut the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically how the shit goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna donate another 20, man. I appreciate all the game.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you calling in, man. Yes, sir.
All right, have a good weekend, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, man. I'm holler. Peace. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's a doozy with these relationships, man. I'm telling you, man, this is like most people, and it's gonna sound crazy how I say this. Most people are doing relationships wrong. Like, unfortunately, like most people are wasting their time in relationships. Because this is the thing. If you're in a relationship, well, first of all, you got to understand all relationships are temporary. You understand? Any person you're with, it's going to end at some point. Either, y'all going to break up, or, if you're lucky enough, somebody's going to die. That sounds crazy to say. If you're lucky, they'll die. Well, you'll spend enough time up until the point they die. You understand? So it's only temporary. But the thing is that if you're not learning anything about yourself in your relationships, you are wasting your fucking time. You're wasting your time. You understand? You're wasting your time. So a lot of times what happens is that when you're sitting there chasing a relationship based on your ego or validation, you're wasting your time. You understand? And the only time I would say you're not wasting your time is if by doing that you realize or you're aware that you're chasing a relationship for validation and ego. You understand? April says she's gonna haunt me when she dies. I love it. I love it. Let me see what some of these questions are saying real quick on here. So this says, let me see where we at. So I feel like I have a small, this is affecting my confidence to deal with women. Okay, so you feel you got a small joint. I actually posted something on TikTok, not TikTok, Instagram and Facebook the other day. I was talking about that. Is that, you don't need to worry about your dick size, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And I was talking about how that's actually, simping, because you worrying about your dick size is you worrying about what women think. You worrying about pleasing a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And you worrying about a woman leaving you because of your dick size. So you got to get over that nonsense. Again, you find women who are attracted to you. That means you, the total you, even your small dick. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about finding that. Even right. Listen, the topic of today's show is 5 ways to last longer in bed, right? It's not about you lasting longer for the woman. You understand? It's you lasting longer for you. Listen, every time where I was in a situation where, let's say I couldn't get it up, right? Or let's say I came quick or whatever, I wasn't like, I felt bad for me. I was like, shit, I wanted to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So if I can't get it up, I'm not like, damn, this girl, she's not getting dick right now. No, I was like, listen, I want to fuck. Like, I wanted to get my dick wet. You feel what I'm saying? Now, her getting the dick, that's cool too, but I'm thinking about me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm thinking about me. You feel what I mean? So this is what I'm saying, where you got to be you focused. You understand? You got to be you focused. Crazy, man. Let me see. You said, what about if we are virgins? Well, if you're virgins, guys, get up on the Bad Boy membership and the Masculine Identity membership. Get some coaching. Get some coaching. If you're a virgin, get some coaching. We can help you out. You understand what I'm saying? Get some coaching, people. Let me see. So this says, is it advisable to think about another woman when you're having sex with one you're not all that attracted to improve your performance? That's a funny question. So wait, so you're saying, you're having sex with one you're not all that attracted to improve. So you think about a hotter chick. Okay, so this is the thing, right? What I would say to that is this. Think about whatever you need to think about, right? In order to enhance the experience for you. You understand what I'm saying? So with that question, I would say whatever you need to think about, right? To enhance the experience for you, think about that shit. Now, what I would say also too is, what you want to do is you want to focus more on getting girls that you're more attracted to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what you really should start doing. But if you're in that situation where you're fucking a girl that you're not all that attracted to, think about whatever the fuck you need to think about to get the shit going how you want it to go. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, this is the thing. When you're in a sexual situation, right? Remember, it's mostly mental. You understand what I'm saying? It's mostly mental. So a lot of times, and this is what I noticed when I was in situations where I couldn't get it up. It was really all mental. Because I remember I was with this chick once, and I couldn't get the shit up for nothing, nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And then the next day, I was smashing this other chick, and the shit was just rock hard. Or I remember there was this one time I was with this chick, couldn't get it up for nothing. And then literally she left, and like I put on some porn, jerked off, my shit was rock hard in 2 seconds. You understand? Like as soon as she left, my shit was rock hard. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened is that in those situations, there were certain things that happened. Like I remember this one time. This is the funniest shit ever. I remember this one time I met this chick. I went out to a spot, and I think I told you guys this story before, I told you part of the story. So I went out to the spot, got dressed up real nice and shit, smelling good and all that other stuff. And I was ready to to go out and meet a bunch of women and stay out all night and probably take a chick home maybe around 2-3 in the morning or some shit, right? So I get out and I go to this spot, and the first chick I meet, I end up leaving with her. Now, mind you, it's only like 9:30, 9:45 at this point. So we leave around 10 o'clock, and we go to her spot or whatever. Her spot was near the place. Go to her spot, and we're, in the room, kissing, getting naked and all this other stuff. So now it was the point where I was rock hard, ready to go. And she said something to me. I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said something to me that was her telling me to do something, but like in a like demanding, leading type of way. Like she was like, oh, do this, or I need you to do that. Bro, as soon as she gave me a direction or an instruction, my shit went so fucking soft. Like it was over. It was over. I think I probably got it up. Maybe I think I did get it up after a while. Maybe it took me like another 10 minutes. But as soon as she said that, it was nah, man. It was that quick. Like my shit just like that quick was done. You understand? But again, that was all mental. That was me, you know, because that turned me off. You understand what I'm saying? Like immediately. Like my dick has never gotten that soft that quick. I was like, yo. Oh man. Or you know what I hate? Sometimes I've been in situations where I'd be like ready to like do it. I put the condom on and I tell the chick, hey, turn around or lay down or some shit. And she don't like listen. And then my shit gets soft because she taking too long to do what I'm saying. Let's go to 702. 702. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, it's Jay from Vegas. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Did you donate though?
Yeah, I sent it to Miles Cash App. I think I donated twice.
Okay.
Vegas on there.
All right, so what's going on with you?
So, quick question. It's kind of unrelated to the topic, but I was talking to a coworker. What's your mindset on like how should you approach de-pedestalizing women's looks? Because I wouldn't say I necessarily pedestalize women, but like if you like, you know, I'm heavily influenced by their looks. Like I'm just like heavily attracted.
But that means you're pedestalizing. But that means you're pedestalizing them, bro. That means you're putting them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Even if it's just the looks of a woman.
Yes. Because what you got to understand is that by you making it a big deal, right? Based on how a woman looks, you've already put her on a pedestal because looks are surface level, which means, right, that you've made her important based on something that she doesn't like. There's nothing she had to do for you to be like, oh, that's something about you that makes you interesting, important, worthy. Like there was nothing she did. So basically you giving her props on something that every other woman, you can find 20 women just as good looking as her in 5 minutes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that what is she actually doing? Like you ever heard of the saying sexy is what sexy does?
I've heard that, yeah.
Right, that's what that means. Sexy is what sexy does. Sexy is, it's not, we're not saying sexy is what sexy looks like. Sexy is what sexy does. So what is she doing? You understand? Her looking good is not her doing something. What is she doing?
Okay, so you're saying basically I need to judge women based off of I need more criteria basically is what you're saying.
Yes.
I should be judging women based off of more criteria.
Yes, based on action that is based on you giving them direction, you giving them instruction. So basically, what is she doing in relation to what you're saying for her to do? That's what you got to look at. Now, again, it's nothing to say that you see a woman, she looks good, that's fine. That's already like tossed to the side. Okay, I see that you look good. So what? Now I need to see, are you doing anything that makes me give a shit? You see what I'm saying? So you're giving a shit just based on how she looks, right? Her looking a certain way shouldn't be counted. Do you see what I'm saying? That should just be like, okay, you have the structure, right, of what I might want to, you understand what I'm saying? But what happens is, it's just like if you see a house, you're going to buy a house. The outside looks good, but you got to go in, You got to fucking check the toilets, the fucking sink. You got to make sure the floors are fine. You see what I'm saying? You don't just see a house and be like, oh yeah, that's it. That's what I want. You see what I'm saying? You got to right. You got to inspect. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so I got it. Okay, so there's it's about there being. I just got to look past the looks. Basically, that's just the first level. So you're saying it's okay to acknowledge that the attraction or whatever.
Right.
But beyond that, there should be no type of value given to her based off of just her looks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you acknowledge. You say, oh yeah, she looks good. She looks like the type of girls that I like. She has that. She's her physical appearance is the type of physical appearance that I'm attracted to physically. Boom, perfect. Well, what it is that after you acknowledge that, right? Then that's already, you store that away. That's already nothing. So what happens? She gets 0 points. That's just you understand what I'm saying? The given. The given is you are physically attractive. That's the given. But all these other women are physically attractive too. So that's why it cancels out. That means nothing. Now, how does this woman benefit me specifically based on my criteria? Once she shows that she benefits you on that, then you even take her seriously in any form or fashion. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's heavy. Okay, got you.
Right.
So, but why is it then? Because I was talking to a coworker about this. Why is it that just as a society, like it's just like a nice body, a fat ass, thick thighs, just like that's pedestalized. That's where all their value lies. Like,
because most women are losers. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not most women, most guys are losers. You see what I mean? Because most guys say that's enough. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that it's only valuable based on that person saying it is because they want that thing. Now, I'm not saying that her beauty has no value. I'm saying that the men, the guys that are in society, they're saying that's enough. You see what I'm saying? So then therefore the woman's like, oh, cool, that's enough. So that means I ain't got to do shit. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then that's the thing that makes it even harder for you to attract, because now the woman thinks, oh, well, I don't really got to do shit, but just look good. But I'm expecting you as a man to do this, that, because that's what she's used to. She's used to guys doing all these things just based on her looking good. So now it becomes a thing where she's saying, well, you have to prove to me why I should fuck you. You understand? Why should I fuck with you when I got all these other simps giving me this, giving me that, taking me out, buying me this just because I look good? I don't have to do anything for this. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is that when all those guys do that, right, that diminishes the value of how she sees those guys. Now, when you come to her and say, listen, I don't give a fuck about that you look this way. That's whatever. Now, I need to see what you about for me to even give a shit. Now you're different than the other guys, which makes you stand out, which makes her say, okay, well, something different about this guy. He's grabbed my attention. You know, I want to see what this is about. And that makes you more attractive, which causes her to come to your direction. You see what I'm saying? But if you were just like every other guy who was like, oh, bro, she's so bad, though, then you're basically invisible. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works.
Okay, I got you. So that's okay. That makes perfect sense. Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy. So I just got to cultivate within myself the fact that I need to place value on other things besides her cooperation.
Well, this is what you got. But this is the thing. You got to place value on yourself. So when you place value on yourself, everything that you are doing when it comes to interacting with the woman becomes her trying to prove to you that she's reflecting your value. So if I place value on myself saying, listen, I like A, B, and C. So she has to come with A, B, and C. So until she comes with A, B, and C, she's invisible to me. You see what I'm saying? Because she's only visible to me when I can see myself in her. Do you see what I'm saying? But her looks don't mean shit to me because her looks aren't reflecting me, because how she look doesn't reflect my standard. How she look doesn't reflect my principles. How she look doesn't reflect what she needs to do to earn the spot. Do you see what I'm saying? That's basically what it is.
That's heavy. That's right. Deep. Okay. I got to marinate on that. All right. I appreciate that, Locario.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right. Yep. So guys, call in. We can probably go another 15 minutes and we're going to wrap this up. So guys, call in 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the number. Let me see where we at. We here. So why women ask men what you do for work and should you tell her? Again, we talked about this before. Again, when a woman is asking you, see, this is the thing. Women ask you what you do for work, either because they are leading the conversation because you don't know how to lead the conversation. So they just start asking about things and picking things to talk about because it's the type of stuff that they'll talk about with other guys who don't know how to talk. Or two, she's inquiring about how much you make because she's not actually attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying? So she's looking for something else to be attracted to even fuck with you. So she's like, I'm not really sexually attracted to this guy, but let me see what he does for work. Maybe he has a lot of money. Therefore, he can buy me some shit and take me out and it'll be worth my while to fuck with this guy. You see what I'm saying? So, but again, if you were controlling the dynamic of the conversation, it would probably never get to that point. You see what I'm saying? See, because again, you guys have to be able to know how to navigate the interaction so that the woman is following your lead in the conversation. And on top of that, if she's sexually attracted to you and she sees you as that guy, the last thing she's even thinking about is what you do for work. Because the first thing she's thinking about is, how do I get that dick? You understand what I'm saying? That's what she's thinking about. You know what I'm saying? You think women who want to fuck you now, you think a woman who wants to fuck you today gives a fuck about what you do for work? She don't care about that shit. She care about that shit with guys where she's like, well, he's one of these guys, kind of, he's a nice guy. Maybe he'll be boyfriend material. Maybe, that's, you understand?
Dick is a gift.
Exactly. Dick is a gift. You understand? She's trying to get that dick. She don't give a fuck about what you do for a living. Listen, there's a lot of women who fuck guys who are bums that don't do shit. These niggas living at their mama house. They ain't got no job. And these girls is fucking them. These girls know these niggas ain't doing shit for a living. About what you do for a living. Like, bitch, I'm at my mama's house. That's what I do for a living. I play video games. It's like, I play video games for a living. What you mean? He's like, I slang dick for a living. That's what I do. He's like, I'm slinging this dick. You understand? That's what a lot of these guys be doing. A lot of these guys that be fucking, you understand? They ain't got no money. They just be fucking. And then the girl be like buying them shit and shit. So that's what he do for, what they call them, homosexuals. That's what they do for a living. They fuck the girls that you guys take on dates. That's what they do for a living. See, those guys, what they do for a living, they fuck the women that you're courting. That's what they do for a living. You know when you drop the girl when you drop the girl to her friend's house after the date, that's the friend. That bum ass nigga that after you took that chick out to dinner, you understand, and she asked for something to go, she taking it to that nigga. That just stay home and play video games for a living. That's what he's doing. You understand? So if a chick asking you, oh, what do you do for work? What do you do for a living and all this other stuff? It's like, nah, I don't hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what's so funny about I'll say this. You know what's funny about, like, when you have games, like, it's funny to you because you might hear women say things to you or ask you questions, and you're like, why this chick asking me this dumb shit? And then it's like you're like, damn, what did I do to make her think I was like y'all? You understand? I'll be asking myself that. I'll be sometimes like, if I'm interacting with a chick and she say some stupid shit or some weird ass shit or something crazy, I'll be like, damn, what did I do to make her think I was a loser like the rest of them. Like, what did I do? What did I say? What happened? Like, oh man, like this chick really talking to me like one of these losers? Like, oh fuck. This is stupid. I'm like, man. I'm like, she been dealing with these losers for so long that she just on autopilot and shit. Talking to me like I'm a loser and shit. You understand? Telling me she's not that type of girl. I'm like, what? I'm like, you think I'm falling for that? Are you not that type? Oh, I gotta get to know what? You're talking to me like you're talking to them? What are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? I'm offended. I'm triggered. I'm offended that you would even think. You understand? I'm like, do you not recognize that you're talking to a man? I know you're used to dealing with males, but do you not what? Oh, I got to charge you to the game. It's over. You have a good night, miss. This is not going to work out. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm telling you, I've actually like stopped conversations because the woman said shit like that to me. Like, I remember I was out with a chick and we was getting drinks, right? And I'm flirting with her, and then she said some shit like, "Oh, oh," she was like, "I don't kiss on the first date. You have to earn that." I said, I was like, "Miss, you have a good night." Oh, I remember like I was texting this girl from Tinder. I told her to meet me at a bar. She said, "Oh, we I don't meet guys like that. We got to talk and get to know each other first." I said, "Nah, I'm good." And that was it. And I just left on red. You know what I'm saying? Left on red. I'm like, I'm good. That's it. That's it. I'm just like, it's sad. I'm just like, it's just sad that she thinks I'm like them. It's just like, it's, it's funny. I remember there was one time I kind of called this girl out on it and she was dying laughing because I think I was at like a networking event or some shit. And what did she say? I'm trying to remember. She said something like I was telling her, like I was about to leave. And I was like, yo, listen, we should, cause we were flirting for like, maybe like 15, 20 minutes or whatever. Right. And I said something like, yeah, we should leave. We should go back to my place and, let's stop pretending that, we don't want to get into bed with each other and get it cracking. I said like something to that effect. Right. And then so she said one of those, oh, I'm not like that, or I'm not that type of girl, or, what would make you think this and blah, 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 blah. Right. So then I said to her, I said, like, I'm not going to fall for that bullshit you just said. Like, I know you say that to the guys that are losers and take you out and spend money on you, but like, I'm not that type of guy. And then so she started busting out laughing like crazy. And then she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, I'm like, what? I was like, that I know that you're bullshitting, like you're giving me the loser speech. And then she just starts, and she was like, oh my, she's like, how do you know all this? That's what she said to me. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, because I got game. What the fuck you mean? How do I know? I'm just offended that you would think I was like them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, I would rather her just been like, hey, I'm not interested. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? But don't. I'm like, I know the trickery. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know that you say this to guys that are losers who are gonna chase you and court you and be a gentleman and be a nice guy and give you all the attention. I know. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I try to tell you guys. Like, don't waste time, with chicks that say this type of shit. They're not really interested in you like that. You understand? They're not really interested in you like that. You got to tell them, have a good night. You take care. You understand what I'm saying? Goodbye. You understand? It says, do you think there is value in being in a long-term relationship as it pertains to growing old together? Does being in a relationship as you get older add any value to your situation? Yeah, I think there's a lot of value to being in a long-term relationship. Hell yeah. Whole lot of value. The problem is, though, is that if you're in a long-term relationship where you're not happy in that situation because you are trying to keep the relationship by diminishing who you are, that's not healthy. You understand? And that's what a lot of people do. You understand? So, you have guys who they feel like they have to go get a beer or go to the bar before they get home because they don't want to hear their wife's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? You have women dating men who they're not really attracted to or really interested in, but she's using him for security and resources. You understand? So, but guys, if you guys have any more questions, we got another 5 minutes and we're gonna wrap this up. You feel what I'm saying? But again, guys, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com. Go to badboymembership.com. And also go to masculineidentitymembership.com to join the Masculine Identity Membership. Make sure you guys get that shit cracking. Make sure you get that going. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the Real Game No Theory show. Make sure you guys tune in. It's gonna be fire as usual. You know what I'm saying? The game's gonna be heavy as usual. And make that happen. Hold on, let me see. We got a call here. Let's go to 732. Let's get 732 on the line. 732, who's this?
Yo, this is Water Leaks.
This nigga. These motherfuckers just be trolling. And it's sad because the trolls need the most help. It's very sad. It's very sad. Like, the trolls need the most help. You understand? These are the guys who cry at night because some girl flaked on them. These are the guys who are playing video games in their basement and can't get no pussy. These are the guys who, hate on other guys who have game. These are the guys who chase women and get played by women. These are the guys who subscribe to the black pill and all that other bullshit. These are the guys, who are the incels. It's sad. Sad. It's it said, I've heard women say it's a good way to know a person by telling him what he do for work. No. Listen, all a woman knows is that she wants this guy. Whoever that guy is, she wants that guy. You understand? And her wanting that guy means that she is about what he's about. You understand? So she's not about, oh, well, I want to know what he does for work to get to know him. All she wants to know is, how can I get this guy to want me? How can I stand out from the pack of other women that he can get? How can I make him choose me above all other women? That's what she care about. You understand? That's what she cares about. You said how to completely be confident and embrace ourselves as who we are. That's a good question, but there is this website called masculineidentitymembership.com, and that will teach you how to completely be confident and embrace yourselves as who you are. You feel what I'm saying? So I would suggest you go to masculineidentitymembership.com right now and join the Masculine Identity Membership and go on there ASAP and get that shit cracking. I think there's still this. You guys can still get it for $1 right now for the first month. So I don't know what y'all waiting for. You understand what I'm saying? You guys can get that shit now. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm about to wrap this up. Again, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you do all of that. And yeah, man, that is pretty much it. And I will holler at y'all later. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going out.
Trends, why you so nice with it? The gear's tight, looking right, you got the ice with it. A conversation with me will change your life. Your wife wants the pipe, and when I hit, you feel a slight difference. In her box, my cock's bigger, I'm hot nigga. She don't rock with you, she got with you for dough. Your hoes a thought, if you fuck around, I'll take your mom, kiss her, fuck her, then I'm taking your hot sister. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. You cuff that bitch, I'ma fuck that bitch. You in love that chick, will suck that dick. That slut will kick you out your house, man, fuck your couch. I'm Rick James, bitch, I'll take your bitch and fuck her mouth, nigga. You bitchin' cause I'm smashing your hoe, you so passionate though. You would laugh for her to go on the trip, now you trippin' because I got her ass, you acting vaginal, bro. I'll give her back, blow her back out, then go. Nigga, act like you know. Sharing is caring, nigga, I dare a nigga to swear that niggas can get to his chick. I put fear in niggas, they scared this nigga will take the girl and make her my bitch. You the type to die for a slut, you lie just to fuck. You like to get drunk and high just to get the courage to say hi, you a punk. You want to get some ass but then you act like a monk. She's stringing you along, it's going on like a month. You spending all this dough, she still ain't touching your junk. She taking off her panties and you smelling the funk. You say you hate it but you ate it even though that it stunk. Nasty ass nigga. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. I'ma keep fucking your lady. My pull-out game's amazing, we ain't having a baby. You bitchin' moaning and crying, complaining, acting crazy because I'm fucking your girl, you punk ass, you pay me. Get cash to smash your whack ass chick. You too stupid to realize I'm teaching your whack ass shit. All up in your feelings, you feeling all attached and it's making you go crazy. And maybe if you had that shit we call game, you know you can't control no hoe. No matter if she's bad or right or just so-so. You trying to control that bitch, that's a no-no. You worried about other niggas, that's so homo. Pause. Niggas wanna be so romantic, but they chick be all up on another man's dick. I be on that man shit, they be acting manic. I don't think these guys know what a man is. Y'all thinking you're out here winning with your money and status, you're thinking you're rich. But how you see yourself as a winner if I can ruin your day by smashing your bitch?